mathematicians, you need to have your workbook for this. So I'm going to let you go ahead and pause me. If you don't already have it, please go get it. All right. So on 411, so we're looking at page 237. So we are going to walk through these on number 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do one on the other page, and then you're going to get to your Think Central with some scratch paper. So, again, your page 237. If you haven't already found that, you can always pause me. So, today's learning target is we're going to talk about different subtraction methods. And we're going to talk about ungrouping. We've been talking about grouping and regrouping. Now we're going to ungroup. Because when you're putting things together, you group them together. When you take them apart, like subtraction, you're taking some off. You are therefore going to ungroup. So Mr. Kim had 134 jazz CDs. He sold 58 of them at his garage sale. How many CDs does he have now? So the first question just asks, write a subtraction that you would do to answer this question. We're not looking for an answer quite yet. So we have 134. That's the number that we started with. And then he sold. So if he sold, he's getting rid of some. So that's a subtraction idea, 58. And then we are looking for some sort of answer. I'm going to use n as my variable. So we're going to look at for how many he has now. So we're going to make a place drawing for 134, and then we're going to take away 58 from that. So we're going to draw this kind of slowly here. So you're going to draw, so we're going to start with a 1. So 100. So to get that drawn for me. Then 34, so 30, we're going to need sticks, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then we need 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we're going to take away 58, we're going to cross out 58 when we're looking at this. So when we first look at it and we go, wait a minute, we can't even do that. We cannot take 8 away from 4. I can't cross out 8 of them. So we're going to go ahead and go to the tens, and we're going to cross out a 10. But we're not just getting rid of it. We're going to turn it. We're going to take it and break it apart. We're going to ungroup it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I can take away 8 because now I have more than 8, or at least 8. So I took that and I just made it to, if you can see it, it's right there. So if we were doing adding, we would group it, but in this case we're ungrouping it, we're breaking it apart. So now I'm going to cross out 8. So I'm going to cross out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ones. All right, now I have to, so that I'm done with the 8 now. Now I have to take away 50. So the 10s are represented by sticks. So I look at my sticks, I don't have 5 sticks to cross out. So I'm going to need to go over to the 100, and I'm going to have to break this up. So we know that when we have, so we're going to cross out our 100, and then think about how many 10s does 100 make? It makes 10 of them. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ran out of room, but that works fine. Okay, now I need to take away 5 of those. So I'm going to cross out 5 of those. And that leaves me with the 2 that I had before and 5 more. So 5, 6, 7. And then, do I have 100 anymore? I do not. There's no, and I'm not taking away, I'm not taking away 100 either. So that's fine because that's going to be a 0. I don't need to really write 0 there because I can, but I don't need to because 0 is a place that if I had thousands I was dealing with, I definitely need a 0 there. But right now I do not because it's the beginning of my number. Okay, so that's the place value. That's how we are thinking about our proof drawing, our way that we can prove that we took away that amount. So now I'm going to go ahead and use the numerical solution. Numerical solution means you are going to write the numbers. Numerical meaning numbers. So I'm going to have 134 minus 58. Now, even though I wrote it this way, horizontally, when I'm actually working it out, I need to do it in a vertical way so that I line up my numbers. It's super important. As you saw with Puzzle Penguin the other day, he did not line up his numbers correctly, and therefore he did not end up with the right answer. So I'm going to do the kind of the same idea here. I'm going to take, I needed to subtract 8 from 4. Cannot do that. Now you're not subtracting 4 from 8, you're subtracting 8 from 4. So if I have 4 fingers, I cannot take 8 away from them. So I need to have more here. So I'm going to go over to the tens, and just like I did here, I'm going to cross it out, and now I have 2 tens, and then I still have a 10, but I'm going to add it, break it into ones, and now I have 10 ones plus and 4 ones. So I put the 1 in front of the 4, that makes 14. 14 ones. 14 ones minus 8 ones is going to give me 6. And now I have 2 tens. 2 tens minus 5 tens. If I have 2, I cannot take 5 away from that. So we're going to have to add some more tens in there. So I'm going to cross that out, write my 0. Now that 100 became 10 tens. Well, I already have 2 tens, so 10 tens plus 2 tens is 12 tens. So now I have this number here, 12. 12 minus 5, now I can do that. 12 minus 5 equals 7. So 76. This answer matches this answer. This is our place value drawing, our proof drawing, our way to show that this really is the answer. And this is our numerical way, using those same ideas without the picture. All right, we're going to do one more, so we're going to flip the page. Okay, on page 238, you're going to flip it in your workbook. We're not going to worry about Puzzle Penguin right now because Puzzle Penguin is in your Think Central. All right, so we're going to be a subtraction detective. So to avoid making subtraction mistakes, we need to look at that top number closely. When we look, and then so they put a little magnifying glass there. So when you are doing that, you're going to look at that top number, and then you think when we're ungrouping, what ungrouping are we going to need to do before we subtract? So we're going to look at those bottom numbers and those top numbers and see which one of those top numbers are smaller than the bottom numbers, so that we're going to have to be doing some ungrouping. We're going to kind of plan this ahead. So we go to number 6 here, and we see 1, 6. Well, I know I can't do that. And I'm also pretty sure I'm not going to be able to do this one because this one is 7 minus 8, and 8 is bigger as well. So I'm going to have to probably ungroup twice. Let's find out if that's how it needs to go. So right here I'm going to say 6, so 1 minus 6. I have 1, I can't take away 6 from that, so I need to take one of my tens, so only 1 10, so that leaves me with 6 tens. And now I have 11 ones because I have a 10 plus 1, that's 11. 11 minus 6 is going to give me 5. Go ahead and get that written down for me, friends. And now I have 6 minus 8. Ooh, I knew I was going to need to ungroup again because I can't take that 8 away from 6. So I'm going to go over to my hundreds. Now here's my hundreds. I have 3 hundreds, but I'm going to use one of those hundreds. That leaves me with 2 hundreds. That gives me then 10 tens. I already had 6 tens. So 10 tens plus 6 tens is 16 tens. 16 tens minus 8 tens. 16 minus 8 is 8. And then I still have this 2 here, but I don't have any hundreds down here. So 2 minus 0, or nothing, is going to give me 2. 285. All right, so my friends, we've been doing a lot of subtracting. If you want to practice some of these before you go on to Think Central, that might be a good idea. You could finish those 3 and you could go and check them on a calculator. Cannot use your calculator, however, on Think Central. You are going to see a puzzled penguin. You don't have to write a lot of words. They are going to help you with some pull down bars. You're going to add some words in there. All right, my friends, so we're doing subtracting today. We've been doing adding, and today is subtracting. Go ahead and work on the ones that we have today. There's another idea about that, how to use a proof drawing. Okay, you're going to have a question about that. All right, good luck. I have fun on 411 today.